often say that politics is a very difficult game, particularly right now when we have so many elections around the world. Over in America, of course, only last week, the budding president himself, Donald J. Trump, had something of a setback, and interesting to think, isn't it, how this will now play out. But of course, being Donald, no doubt he will have the very best media PR teams behind him to let him exactly know where he stands as he moves forward. Whichever way you look at it, it's all publicity. Exactly. Now over here in the United Kingdom right now, we're going through the very same thing with the possibility of a change of government by the beginning of July. But this situation happened today, and I wanted to share it with you. As ever, let me explain. Lovely to see you today. Thank you so much as ever for your time. We'll have a quick wave as we are by Parliament, of course. Sometimes the home for me where I'm reporting for many different people around the world. Well, of course, I'm not talking to you. Yes, you. I know. Don't nod off. This is an important message. And I can see you drifting. Yes, but this is important, you see, because it all goes down to exactly how do we view politicians. And when you think about it now, there are more politicians on television than ever before with their own chat shows. Across here in the United Kingdom, seemingly every MP now has his own show, his own brand. They're desperate to be in front of the camera, not just to show that they're warm, cuddly and that you should vote for them, but naturally for the extra money too. The prestige, the power, and of course, literally being in the world of show business. Now, one particular man, Nigel Farage, decided once again to throw his hat into the ring to become a British MP. And he's now gone to Clacton in the hope that he can become a MP for the Reform Party. All very well, and there you go. A big press conference the day before, that seemingly went very well. A rocky start on the very first day though, with an interview with the BBC's Today programme alongside Michelle Hussein. Michelle, of course, famous for interviewing Harry and Meghan all of those years ago in that interview that they described as really a bit of a farce. You remember the engagement interview? Now, what happened was this. Nigel decided to launch his campaign, as I say, in the very heart of Clacton, just by the very famous seaside pier. All going to plan, lots of media there, lots of support, no two ways about it. Then this happened. That's right, Mr. Farage was milkshaked once again. Now you might think, oh right, well that's not very good or very bad. This has happened to Nigel before on a previous campaign a few years back. And now what's escalating is the rumour mill that in fact this particular milkshaking wasn't all what it seemed. You see, when you think about it, naturally, as I say, a launch for something like this goes to plan. You ask the questions from the media come along, they film it. It's all a little bit, shall we say, humdrum to say the least. But of course, somebody getting milkshaked then gets you back on the front pages. And very quickly, of course, Mr. Farage came to the fore, literally, to address his fans via social media, quoting the very famous track made famous by the rapper called Kelly's, "My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard," slightly changing the lyrics, do you see what I mean? And this is exactly why people are now speculating, was it a planned or was it not? Now, just to let you know, this particular individual, the lady in question, has been arrested and no doubt cautioned. There will be no formal charge. She'll get a slap on the wrist and seemingly that will just disappear into the ether, a little bit like the last time. But as many people are saying over here, how realistic was Mr. Farage and that milkshake incident? As ever, I throw it back to you. Do you believe it was genuine? Or do you believe simply that somebody had a bit of a axe to grind with Mr. Farage coming into their town, as apparently they described it? Either way, it's making headlines once again. News Show on Parliament, London.